Hello and welcome everyone to our October Mentor Deep Dive with Mia Bowyer. My name is Tegan and I'm the Mentoring Partnerships and Community Manager at Inspiring Rare Birds. I would like to acknowledge the Indigenous and Torres Strait Islander peoples as the traditional custodians of the land on which we work and meet every day throughout Australia, and pay my respects to elders past and present, and also extend a special welcome to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island people in our audience today. For those of you who are new to Rare Birds, I will just go through a little bit about what we do and who we are. We have a mission to create, support and promote diverse and inclusive workplaces where opportunities in entrepreneurship and leadership exist equally for everyone. We are best known for our mentoring programs, but we also offer a range of educational masterclasses, and we host online and in-person events to provide people with opportunities to build their networks and grow with the Rare Birds community. If you'd like to learn more about being involved, you can indicate interest in being contacted through your survey responses, which will pop up at the end of the session, or you can reach out to me or anyone in the Rare Birds team. So please introduce yourself in the chats. So you see the chats over there at the side of your screen. So you can comment and connect with others. There's also a Q&A tab where you can ask questions, which Maya will be able to get throughout the session or at the end. And please don't forget to fill out the survey which pops up. It is really important for us to know what you enjoyed about today's session and learn what you'd like to hear about in the future. We take all this feedback on board. So I am so happy to welcome Mia to discuss how to use AI and manage social media. Mia Bowyer is the founder of One Earth Marketing, a Chords marketing social media organization that helps people find their mission and communicate it online. She's worked across countries including India, Indonesia, and Australia. She has helped launch the world's first fair trade plastic in India, helped to use Twitch gamers and streamers to raise funding for World Wildlife Fund bushfire efforts, and is now in Indonesia working on the street dog crisis. Mia is also a finalist for Melbourne's Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award, lectures in marketing at Academy XI, and helps people free up to 80% of their time on social media through AI, which is why we're here today. Mia, thank you so much for being here and taking us through this.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you all. AI has definitely changed my life and the way I work. And I'm just really excited that all of you have put your hands up to come along and to, save plenty of time on social media, because we all know that social media can be a bit of a beast to manage, and especially if you're an entrepreneur and you've got so much on your plate, social media seems like too much of a mountain to climb. So so excited to see you all. Let us know if you can hear in the chat and if it's all working correctly. I just read that some people are having a bit of trouble, so you can click onto the audio there. But so pumped to be here with you all. So basically what we'll be covering today is a very brief introduction to all of the different possibilities of AI. We won't go into a deep dive of the platforms, but it's going to be a very interactive session. So we're not just going to be talking about it, we're actually going to be doing it in this session. So some of the AI tools are a bit new as well. So if there's a bit of a lag or if there's different things happening with the tools, that might be it. So so we'll get started now. Okay. So everybody, magic exists and it's called AI. AI has been a real game changer in my life, and I'm very excited to share all of it with you. Now, when I first started with AI, I was quite terrified of it. Maybe some of you are as well, but AI was sort of taking over the world. It was being used to write divorce contracts. It was being used to write birthday cards, and even messages on Hinge were being constructed through ChatGPT. I really had this fear that it was going to take over human thought and evolution. And as it was taking over the world, I kind of thought, okay, well, it's happening and maybe I'll just start to experiment with it. And what I realized was, oh my gosh, this has the potential to take over all of these digital tasks that I really struggle with. And I was struggling with my to-do list, struggling to find time. And once I started to embrace AI and cut out these mundane tasks, I started to be able to do the things that I love, which is speaking to you guys, doing lots of talks and connecting with people in real life. So it is a real great way to reach your potential with your work and cut out those mundane tasks. So I'll give you an example of the current state that AI is in. An entire Drake and The Weeknd song was written through AI, and people had no idea. So this song was mimicking Drake and AI and was posted on TikTok, and everyone thought they'd released an absolute cracker of a song, but it's actually created through voice, video, and AI generated tools. So if we can create a Drake song from AI, we can definitely help you with your social media today. Now, I wanted to start with you guys. So your zone of genius, and how this sort of plays into what you'll want to manage with social media. So there's a difference between robotic work versus your zone of genius. Robotic work is all of those mundane, repetitive tasks that you have on your to-do list that you're confident in, that you can do, but they kind of grind you down after a while. And then your zone of genius is those things that you do better than anyone else, that you can get into a flow with, that don't really feel like work, that make you have your happiest days of work. There's lots of different layers in terms of your zone of genius. So you have the incompetence zone, things that you actually cannot do, the competence zone, things that you're okay with, the excellence zone, things that you're highly skilled at, and then your genius zone. So we want to identify this before we start cutting off our to-do lists. A really good way to find your zone of genius is think about your average to-do list. So your average to-do list probably has a bunch of boring tasks like write this report, do this strategy, do this, do that. And there's a lot of things that you can kind of cut out of that. And then if you're trying to find your zone of genius, think about your favorite day at work. What were you doing? How are you feeling? What activities were you involved in? And this is usually where your zone of genius lies. Now, I've created this very simple exercise that you can go back to and sort of have a bit of reflection on what your zone of genius is. But you can pretty much categorize your different tasks on your to-do list into these different zones. And once you find out what those tasks that you actually love are, they're the things that you can hold on to, and you don't need to automate them. You don't need to give them up to AI. You can keep doing those and really hone in on that. Whereas the other things you can use AI for. Now, today we are going to help clear away some of your social media tasks. So thank you for everyone who asked lots of really great questions and told us what you wanted to learn about. And I really made sure that we're answering a lot of those questions in this workshop. So today we're going to set AI up to speak, act like you, like your brand. Then we're going to use AI to create a really quick strategy. And then I'm going to show you how to execute all of the strategy through AI. And then this is going to be our magical spell book. So this is all the things that you need to know to sort of get started with AI. And I've decided to choose really simple platforms that you probably already use because I don't want to add all these extra platforms to you and you've just got a whole shopping list of all of these platforms. So it's things that you probably have already: Canva, Buffer, there's ChatGPT. ChatGPT is free, and a lot of these tools are very inexpensive. So using this spell book will be a real help to you. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get someone to nominate their business in the chat, or maybe they have already when they were introducing themselves. If you wanted to nominate, someone wanted to put their website into the chat, and I'm going to start our first step off with creating a AI strategy for someone and showing you how to do it within 1 minute. So anyone wanting to put their business website into the chat, and I'm going to magically create a strategy for you. Okay, so we've got one here. What I'm going to do so we're introducing I Do Crew. That is a fantastic name. I absolutely love it. So I'm going to go to the About section and copy this. And then I'm going to go into this app. Now this is called Gamma app. And this is where you can create presentations in under 1 minute that look great, that are really user-friendly. And we're going to go create new. And we're going to say, we're going to generate a topic. Okay, so we want a presentation. And then I would like a social media plan. Social media plan for wedding business. Okay, so we're going to press continue. And then in this section, we can pretty much choose whatever theme we like. So I'm just going to click with this theme and I'm going to press continue. And now this AI will generate an entire presentation for us. Social media plan. Okay, this is great. Can you guys see everything? Yep. Now, this is truly magic. This is what my presentation was created on as well. And if you can see, you can share the presentation. So you can basically go in and change things, update things, change it to be more connected to your brand. But it has all of this fantastic stuff. And this is, you know, as a marketing professional, I've been doing this for 9 years now. This is pretty much, if you were getting a marketing retainer with someone, they would pretty much give you something quite similar for your first kickoff month with them. So you would choose the right platforms. And this is a really good, I mean, this is what I would do if I was a social media person working for a wedding business. I would definitely choose Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. So it's chosen the right platforms. It's chosen the right different things. And you've got a really good start here. So you've got a really great start off to your, I know we love AI, guys. So you've got a really good start to your program. And you know, when you're just stuck, you're like, oh my gosh, marketing, can I please stop this? So yeah, how do you validate this if you don't have the understanding of marketing? So I will get into all of that afterwards, because basically the first part of the session, I'm going to teach you how to use all the tools and how to do all the things. And then the last final part, I'm going to teach you what things that can't be automated through AI, and the winning combo, which is a couple of hours of time with a smart marketing person, you, the founder, and using AI. And that's a winning combo. So if you have a great marketing person, if you have a great founder and AI, it's a really good way to manage that. So we've got our marketing strategy. Boom, like magic. We have that now. Now, what do I need after that? So I need to get this strategy and get my brand and put it into the AI tools so AI can speak like me. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Canva, click Canva, and we're going to click onto our brand. So I'm going to add a brand in here. So how about we do the brand for Rare Birds? Rare Birds, and create. Now in here, I can add the logo for my brand. I can add the logo in there. I can add the color palettes. So how about we add in a logo there? So Red Birds logo. And I'm doing this all on the fly to show you how easy it all is. So we're going to drag the logo in there. And then it picks up some colors from the logo. So we're going to add some color palettes. We're going to add a few colors. So it picks up a few colors from the logo, and we can kind of add in the colors there. And then we add in our fonts here. And then this section is something that you guys will absolutely love. It's where you can add in your brand voice. And I'm obsessed with this. So I can say, Rare Birds is inspiring, informative, and professional. And then you can basically build out what exactly your brand is, how you sound online, how you want to communicate. So instead of the AI just sounding like every other bit of social media content out there, you can start to sound like your brand through your content. And what will happen is when you're creating all of this content in these platforms, you're going to start to sound informative. You're going to start to sound cheerful. You're going to start to sound like all of these different things that you've wanted to sound like for so long. And it's a game changer because as we're moving into the new world of AI, this section will be so important for you because you're going to need to start sounding like your authentic self online with the use of AI. So spending time on your brand voice, what your brand personality is, all of those things, which I'm sure you love to do because you know your brand inside out and you know how you want to portray it online, but it's just hard to execute. So I would really recommend spending a lot of time on this. Now we're going to also go into ChatGPT and do the same in ChatGPT. Now, this is a question I get asked the most. How do I get ChatGPT to sound like me? And it is so easy and magical. So we get into ChatGPT. You see my name here on this little icon here. We click the 3 dots. And we click into custom instructions. Now we're going to have ChatGPT start to sound like us. Hooray. So you can answer. It has some thought starters here. Where are you based? What do you do for work? What are your hobbies and interests? And then how ChatGPT would like to respond. So I have a lot of people saying, okay, we say work for a childcare business and we do not want to say these types of things when we're talking about kids. We want to make sure we're not swearing, not that ChatGPT would, but you can say a lot of instructions and very specific things about your brand that are really important that need to know. And it saves you reinventing the wheel every time, which is really great. So we're going to enter in, I am a wedding. And then you basically go through, write all of those custom instructions. You can write how you want it to respond, how you want it to sound. And yeah, a really quick way to do it is you can get someone to sort of interview you and have you just talk about your brand. And they can voice record you and put it straight into ChatGPT and it will start to sound like you. Magic. Okay, so the next section that we want to go into is we have our spell book back here. So we've done our strategy, we've done our tone. Now we want to do a couple of posts. So with your posts, I'm sure everybody's had to do annoying social media posts and they're really difficult, and especially Instagram Reels. So we're going to focus on getting 10 posts, 10 bits of copy. Someone says, I'm new to ChatGPT and don't see the custom instructions button. So just to confirm, the custom instructions button, the custom instructions button is right here. Exit. So on your name, turn your eyes all into the left-hand side, the bottom corner, and you click on your name, and there's 3 dots, and you click on the 3 dots, and then you can see the custom instruction button right there. Yeah. If anyone has any questions, we can answer them at the end as well. So now we want to do some posts. Posts, especially sounding your brand book, can take so long to write and they're really difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into ChatGPT and we're going to take this magical prompt that I have written that I am going to share with you as well. And we're going to place it into the ChatGPT instructions. So I'll explain a little bit about this prompt. Can everyone hear me? Everyone see me okay? Yeah. Okay, so this prompt is pretty much you have the context, you have a goal, you have the criteria, and then you have information about you. So with this prompt, you can pretty much tell ChatGPT exactly what you want out of the content. So you say you are a world-class content creator. You're great at writing short, snappy, smart copy that can go viral. I mean, what a dream. I've taken a lot of this from job descriptions of copywriters and of content creators and sort of formed this prompt around a job description. So that's been really helpful. And then this goal is I want you to create 10 social media posts for Instagram, make the post inspiring, educational, and entertaining. I want to make 80% of the posts for engagement and 20% of the posts to sell my business to the audience. So this is really important pillars of marketing that we're supposed to be promoting. So I'm going to go in and get ChatGPT to start writing me some posts. Now I've added the information I've been doing this for Bali Animal Welfare Association. So that is one of the clients that I work with. Now they've come up with some pretty good posts here. Okay, cool. So I think I like this post. So I'm going to copy the post and put it into Buffer. So for anyone who doesn't know about Buffer, I'm going to introduce you to it now. Buffer is I've been using it for so long. It's brought me a lot of peace in my life. And I recommend it to a lot of people. I think there is a free version of it. And recently they've introduced AI features. And because this is a specific social media platform, they're really good with creating copy for social media and knowing what's trending. And it's a really great tool to use. So I'm going to get my post and I'm going to drop it in here. And I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. But what I'm going to do is yes, of course, all of the prompts will be shared with everybody. So you don't need to worry, the entire presentation, the prompts, the tools, I'm going to give it all up to you. Okay. Now we're going to use the AI assistant and we're going to say, expand this post. So making sure that everyone can, because I'm using a lot of tools at the moment, so the internet might be lagging. So if it is, just let me know and I can repeat. So in Buffer, I can see this they've just created a really good long post for me. So I think, okay, I actually like this one a lot more than this one. So I'm going to insert that post in. And here is my copy. So in just a couple of minutes, I have gotten a post idea, I've gotten copy, and they've added in, because I wrote in the prompt as well, I've added in, I want a couple of really great trending hashtags to put in the post as well. So here's my post, and I think that looks pretty good. But now what I need is I need an Instagram reel. So I want to create a reel that helps bring this post to life. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go back to Canva. And this is one of my favorite parts of the webinar. So it's changing my life. No word of a lie. I used to spend almost 20 hours a month, almost 30 hours a month creating Instagram reels. Now it's a lot quicker. So I'm going to introduce you to Magic Studio. Magic Studio is something that every entrepreneur, every employee, anyone who's struggling with any element of design, social media, is just going to love. So Magic Studio is where you can type in what you want the AI to create, and it creates and spits out so many different types of videos, presentations, all these different things with the power of AI. So right now I'm going to click on videos, and I'm going to click on Instagram Reel. And I've clicked on Instagram Reel, and this will show up. So generate videos instantly. So I'm going to click on this. And here I have all of my media saved. So I'm going to click on a couple of photos here. And I'm going to say, create a reel for dog adoption. And so we're going to be using that for our other post. So I'm going to press generate. Now this might take a little moment. So someone asked if I'm using free or subscription-based services. For Buffer, I pay $11 a month for a channel. And then for Canva, it's $17 a month. And then for Gamma, the presentation tool, that is free for your first few presentations. So, I mean, I'm obsessed with these tools. I would pay a lot more for them, and I can't believe they're so cheap. So I'm just hoping that they don't raise the prices. And then for ChatGPT, I'd use the free version. So yeah. Okay, so I am very happy with this reel right now. So why don't we take a look? Okay, so I'm pretty happy with this reel. I mean, if I gave this to a social media person, there might be they might come up with something pretty similar, because it's quite difficult for a social media person to quickly understand your brand and put it into a reel, and they might come up with something quite similar to this. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to go and download it. Oh, before I download it, I have to show you one more magical thing. So Magic Write is a game changer. Guys, you have to use this. So every time you're on Canva and you think, oh, I don't really like the way that sounds, you click on Magic Write. You can fix your spelling, which is fantastic. You can summarize text. You can apply your brand voice, which is very helpful. You can rewrite it, make it more formal, summarize. So I might, I'm going to be talking to people who are making a serious decision of adopting a dog. So I want that to be a little bit more formal. So I recommend considering pet adoption, specifically a dog. So it is quite formal, but you kind of get what I mean in terms of it can rewrite these different types of content. So I'm going to change it, maybe make it more fun. And I really like that. Yeah, I actually really like that copy. It's quite good. So I'm going to go down, download my Instagram reel. I'm pretty happy with that. And once I've downloaded it, go back to Buffer. And I've got all of my copy in here. And I'm going to add in my reel into that section. So that is a really quick and easy way to do it. Now, we've pretty much done our first post, which is really great. But what about if you don't want a reel and you want something a little bit more like a post, or more of a static image? So what we do is Magic Rat is ChatGPT embedded into Canva, correct? I believe so, yes. So a lot of these tools are empowered by Bard, ChatGPT, and they integrate the AI. But a lot of these things that Canva have created, it's like you have an all-in-one tool. So you have the presentations, you have the videos, you have the documents, you have all these different things. So if you're wanting to start with AI, I would definitely recommend starting with Canva. So I want to create a social media post. So I want to create a post. Now, when you ask the custom instruction in here, create a post about dogs, you just need to wait a little moment, and then in Magic Design, so basically you'll get all of these different templates here that are not really connected to your brand voice. But in Magic Design, you're going to get all of these specific dog bits of content for you. So, okay, cool. I actually like these. I like these graphics. They look pretty good, but I want to add in my own media. So I want to add in my media, and I also want to add in my brand. And it will change. And it will change the post to add in what media you have and what your brand is. So that's really great. And I mean, some of this stuff is it's pretty good. I mean, it's like, it's funny. And I would say if you're creating pretty stock standard graphics and it's taking you a really long time, really start to use ChatGPT for these types of things. So, but yeah, so I like the Pawsome Life of Dogs. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm quite impressed. Dogs are loyal furry friends. So I think I like this one. I'm just using it for the sake of it. So this is a great post. It connects with my community. But what if I wanted to write it in a different language? Well, guys, you can do that because there's something called Magic Switch where you can translate it into another language. So I'm going to put it into Arabic. Of course, you need to get these things checked over, but as sort of a quick. Okay, so now I have my post in Arabic. Okay, that's great. I'm happy that my post is in Arabic, but what if I wanted to turn my post into something that could be used as an email? Because I love this post. I mean, it's really helpful, but I can't exactly send a graphic to my clients. So how about I go back here and I click on Magic Switch again, and I transform this document into an email. And it's loading up there, making my email out of this post. And then I'm going to open my doc. Wow, look at that. I mean, that's pretty good, guys. You have to thank you, AI. You've helped me out. I was running late. I needed this email, and here we have it. So that's my post into an email. You can also change things, like you can make it a bit more formal. You can apply your brand voice. So how about we say more formal? Dogs are an integral part of our lives. Great. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, we just did so much content in such a short amount of time. So now we have an Instagram reel. We have a really great graphic we can share. We have our copy. It's scheduled, and then we also have an awesome email that we can send. That's a little bit more formal. And then we also have it in Arabic. So that's great. We're everybody's happy. We're saving a lot of time. Now, what I wanted to share with you also is we're doing all this great content, but how do we report on it? How do we know that this is going well? How do we know that it's all happening? So I remember when I had my first job at Ogilvy, I was working on the Microsoft account, and we had to do these long reports. They would take us maybe 6 or 7 hours to create this very long report. So they would take a long time doing these long reports, and then we would just be, by the end of it, your brain would be dead. So you can go into these new tools. So I'm just going to schedule that as a draft. You can go into these tools and you can click on analytics. And within your analytics, there will be all of the things that you need to sort of grow your social media account, like what's happening here. And you can generate different reports. So you can generate a report within 1 minute. And it's a really great indicator of how your content's doing, what's happening. And when you start to try out these different things and you're using these different methods, using these reports as a weekly thing, it takes 1 minute to do. You can send it to the team. You can say, look, these dog videos are going great. The informative videos, they're not doing too well. Maybe we need to change something there. So then after you know that information, you can put that information into ChatGPT saying, make sure you avoid this, do more of this, do more of that, and your results build and build and build. And it's really great to see. So that is reporting. And now I just wanted to show you a few other really interesting videos, interesting tools. So if someone could please put in the chat if they have a long form video, maybe they recorded a webinar or they recorded something, and it's maybe a long, like 15-20 minute video, and they wanted it chopped up and put into different things. If not, I can find one online from Rare Birds. And I'm going to show you how to actually turn a long form video into something short. So I'm going to show you right now. Okay. Okay, going this way. All right, so I'm going back to our toolbox, and this is called Opus Pro. And we click on this. Now, this is such a helpful tool, guys. It's so good. I think it's gone a little bit funny though, but I'm going to show you here. Okay, so this tool, you pretty much take a long video and put it into 10 viral clips. So it turns something, and I don't know if you've seen those videos on your news feed, and they're like two people talking and they have all these cool sort of videos going on. So we're going to take Lee Cummings has this video, and we're going to put it in here. Okay, I'll show you that at the end of the session. So this one is really good if you have a long form video. You can turn it into those little clips, and you can really start to like repurpose your old content, because no one's going to really watch a 40-minute presentation on LinkedIn, but they watch these like short snippets, and it takes the snippets and it turns them into these bite-sized videos, and you can just schedule, 20 of them and you have content for 2 months. So I absolutely love this one. Great for people who do podcasts, great for people who do webinars, and that's fantastic. So I just wanted to go back to where does AI end and authenticity begin? So pretty much it's really great that we have all of these fantastic tools. We can swap, we can change, we can do all of these different things. But if people all start using AI, our news feeds are all going to start really looking the same. So how can you stand out? How can you make sure that you have a really strong brand and you have content that's compelling and exciting? So there's a couple of ways. Firstly, it's really understanding your zone of genius, like we mentioned before, understanding what makes your brand special, what makes it unique, and making sure you have a really solid structure to put into ChatGPT of what your brand sounds like, what your personality is, who you are, how you come across online. So making sure that's set up. Then the next part is ensuring that you have someone, either yourself or someone, to help you edit down the posts and make sure it's refined and it's still authentic. So a lot of the stuff we put into ChatGPT, it takes off so much of your workload of all of the sort of robotic tasks and putting things together, but it doesn't take away. It still needs editing. It still needs refinement. It still needs that back end sort of work. And you can work with a marketing person for much less time now. Instead of you getting the marketing person to, be like, okay, can you put together this Instagram reel? It'll take 4 hours. You can say, here's my Instagram reel, and can you just kind of tell me what with your brilliance, what would make this look a little bit better, or how can we make sure that this stands out? And they can sort of edit it and refine it rather than having to like do all of the robotic work. And then the last part is there's going to be this is what I hope. There's going to be a resurgence of real life work. So real moments, capturing real moments, capturing real experiences, real stories. If your AI is going off in the background, helping you with all of your back end work, then you should get out there and capture real stories and take your phone camera, meet up with people in person, have these real experiences that a computer cannot have, and have more of them because we love them. And the computer work is only really been introduced for the past 20 years. So our bodies, our minds are not actually well adapted to working with computers as much as we do. So this is a really great chance to get out there, get back in the real world, and do things computers cannot do, which is so many things. So yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to share this with you today. We went through a lot, I understand, and I welcome any questions and anything that people want to speak about. I can go through the chat as well. But yeah, if anyone wants to drop any questions in the chat, and if they have any queries or concerns, or if they want to review something again, if they might have lost track with all of the things that we were seeing, I'm more than happy to do that. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you, everyone, from the bottom of my heart. I absolutely love sharing this information and knowledge because I do think we're overworked, and I do think we often are unable to do the things that we love and that we care about because we have so much busy work. So I really hope that AI can help you connect with your zone of genius. So you have blown my mind. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lee. We really appreciate it. So can AI help you create your visual brand logo? Yes, it absolutely can. AI is a really amazing visual tool, and I can even just show you really quickly. We can create an AI generated picture together if you wish. So I'm going to go to Canva again. So I'm going to create a Instagram post. So this is a really So when you click onto elements, there's something called AI image generator. So we can generate our own image. So if anyone has any ideas, maybe something, how about we do a panda wearing sunglasses. We can create our own image, and that will develop our own image. And this is a really interesting part of AI, because who owns these images? Who knows? And if you create really great prompts and really creative prompts, do you own them or do the platforms own them? So there's a lot of debate about that at the moment. But we just had AI created this cool image for us. I absolutely love it. So we're just going to go in. Definitely like this guy. So he is, yeah, he's looking really good. So we can create an image. But then when it comes to your actual brand, I would say this is a really important part to do yourself. So it doesn't take too long. It's not a huge investment of time, but creating and crafting your brand yourself is such a valuable exercise, and a way to make it really easy. I mean, I do this for people in 1 hour, so it's not a big investment of people's time. A really good way to do it is you sit with a marketing person and you just talk to them. You say, I basically ask a series of questions. It's like brand psychology, and I say, what colors do you feel like connected to your brand? What parts of nature? what celebrity are you like? And then we build the brand from there. So it's not a huge time suck. And I think sometimes branding exercises, you go to a branding agency and they're like, that's like 2 months of work, and it's a huge investment if you're just starting out or something. So answer online questionnaires, work with a smart marketing person, and do that part yourself, because that's the part that you'll be crafting AI around, and that's the part that will be really, really important. Okay, let's answer some questions. Great, looking forward to prominent brands. Thank you so much, guys. I presume the images in AI are copyright. If you use them on the tools, yes. So there's a lot of debate around copyright and AI at the moment, because it's like, when does the prompt become so creative that the person is actually created it themselves? So yeah, it's an interesting one. Okay, someone wants to see the reels again. Okay, so yes, absolutely. I'll just show you just really briefly how the reels are created. So we go back to our cool panda. Okay, so it's pretty much, you think of Magic Studio like Google. So this lovely magical thing. You click on videos. Yeah. And then there's all these options here. You click on Instagram Reels. Yep. And then it just shows up automatically. So it says generate videos instantly. Click on it. And then all of your media will be added in here. So we just click the media. And then we say create video about Bali dogs. Generate. And then there we have it. So yeah, so that's the reels as well. And yes, I definitely agree. There's Magic Studio was introduced about two weeks ago or something. So they've done really well, and yeah, they've really had an incredible response. But there's lots of things that they're working on, and they know that. They always send emails like, we're tweaking this, we're doing this. But yeah, yes. Yeah, so if there's any additional questions, happy to answer. It's like Google Analytics. Yes, Magic Rat is embedded into Canva. Amazing. But yeah, so I would say if you're the next steps of getting started in AI is you take that magic spell book that I gave you and just start experimenting with the tools. So it's a really you can pretty much recreate this workshop in your life as well. So I wanted to make it really practical so you can it's not like you're learning information and you retain only 20% of it. So you take that magic spell book and you can go through the steps. It really doesn't take very long. So you could create a presentation in Gamma. You can start to create your posts in ChatGPT. You can move those posts into Buffer and improve the posts. Then you can create your content in Canva, and then you can start reporting on it in Buffer. And if you just follow those steps, you can really reduce so much time spent on social media. And then if you feel like, okay, I'm just starting to sound like everyone else online, I'm just using ChatGPT to manage everything, then a really good way to combat that is you can start to integrate a lot of really authentic content that is real moments. Yeah, you can start to integrate real content, real moments into your thing. And if you ever want to speak to me, and I work with people for 1 to 2 hours a month, and I help them manage all of their social media in just 1 to 2 hours a month. So I can send you my email, and we can set up all of your social media and make sure everything's sort of still aligned with your brand voice, and you still have that originality and that creativity embedded in your content. So I'm sure other social media people would do that as well. And so, choose anyone like that. So I'm going to send the presentation in here as well. Okay, Tegan's back.
I am, Mia. That was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I know that it definitely blew my mind in certain areas. I had no idea that, it could be such a time saver. So, and judging from all the comments, I believe I'm not alone.
Yeah, I was surprised by how quick it went as well. So I'd practiced the presentation, but I left a bit of time. But yeah, it's so quick. These things takes such a short amount of time to do your social media now. Yeah.
I know a lot of people were kind of asking for you to reshare things, but we are going to send this as a recording so everyone can jump back on, rewind, fast forward, go to the bits you need to know about. So hopefully we'll get that recording out to you very shortly. But Mia, thank you again so much for joining us today. And I just wanted to give a bit of a reminder to complete the survey that's probably popped up on your screens. And if you are eager to know more about incorporating technology into your business, be it social media or otherwise, Rare Birds is actually hosting an Innovate Her program, and I think we kick off on the 30th of October. So we're really kind of deep diving into practical ways that you can implement emerging technologies into your business. So if you scan that QR code on your screen, you can find some more information and also register for the event. It is a hybrid event, so whether you're in Sydney and can join us face-to-face or another part of Australia or the world, more than welcome to join us online. But Mia, just again, another big thank you for joining us today, and hopefully we'll see everyone again shortly.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. You're all amazing for taking the plunge, and it's not scary. It's going to help you do more work that you love, and yeah, get rid of all those annoying tasks. So I love that you joined me here today, and yeah, please reach out, email me with any questions. I will send the presentation, and I would love to hear from all of you and love to help you out. So yeah, it's so nice to see you all.